All right. So I am here at the Patriot Clinic. I'm going to hop into this little feed for a real second, guys. This is another 30 for 30 interview, and I am here with Angie and Mike Leddy of the Patriot Clinic. And
hi.
What you're seeing behind them are the hyperbaric chambers. These are fantastic, and you're going to hopefully learn more about them in the months to come. But guys, tell me what, and everyone else, what made you decide to become owners of a nonprofit?
Well, historically, we're both vets. So Michael retired from the Air Force about after 21 years of being a medic. I was active duty, currently finishing time on reserves as a first sergeant out at Tinker for AWACS.
Woohoo!
And yes, go Air Force. And
3 years left.
We've had a nonprofit in our possession for a while, and we wanted to do a project with vets, as Michael was already doing a lot of fiduciary services, which was service connected. But we kind of, the last couple of years, we're just kind of looking for a sense of purpose. We weren't quite where we wanted to be, and wanted more of a challenge, if you will, to be able to reach out and help people based on what we were already doing. I got sick a few months ago. And so in kind of looking for some answers during that time frame, everything gravitated towards this little clinic and conversation. And so after talking to the previous owner, everything matched up perfectly. They needed the nonprofit piece to come in. Also, our clinical background was important in order to kind of bring everything together, really organize it, focus on quality patient care, and then take it to the next level based on how wonderful this just this medical piece of what it does for people. I mean, I can't say that we haven't had one person come in here and not have some positive benefit. And it's just outstanding. It makes you get up every morning to do that, to give quality back to someone.
Our 501c3 previously was more individualized, and there wasn't a therapeutic part of that. We're just making sure that people have food, their lawns are mowed. It wasn't real rewarding. So when we started volunteering here to begin with, that put us right back into that. You know, we're seeing lives changed on a daily basis, and it's just more rewarding. We can serve the community a lot better on a mass scale versus individualized veterans. So now we've got a whole community that we can do this outreach with. So for us, that's the it's just that life-changing part for us to be able to affect an entire community. And so and we've stopped everything. I was a general contractor for 5 years, home inspector, flipped houses, and we literally stopped everything in a 2-week period. We stopped everything just to dedicate 12 hours a day to doing this. And so we're pretty satisfied.
That's
so,
fantastic.
And we hope everybody else is too.
We've got Barb over here. So Barb is one of our chamber operators.
Hi,
so
Barb.
She's our morning gal. She's absolutely fabulous.
Nice to meet you.
You didn't tell me.
That's okay. That's okay. We're sharing this morning.
Yes,
we're all
we
about
are
sharing. Barb.
This place brought my husband back.
Yeah. And yeah. So do you mind telling her a little bit about
Oh my
that?
gosh, please.
She's actually been volunteering here for quite a while,
It's August, almost
and her husband had a stroke, and he's been doing hyperbarics, and he's gone from not communicating well and being in a wheelchair to now holding complete conversations and
Oh my gosh.
and he's actually
he knows how to run the.
he's got
What?
he actually went through our class to get certified as a chamber operator. So he's actually he's one of our operators now. So he's gone from not talking, being in a wheelchair, to being able to walk. He does use some assistance walking, but he's licensed to run chambers now.
That is fantastic.
And so for her, that was life-changing.
Yes.
And he's continuing to make progress all the time, which
Oh
is
my
just
gosh.
absolutely fabulous to see. And learning from his experience also helps us to institute what we're doing to other patients, especially that have the same diagnosis, in order to get back to quality of life versus feeling like that this is what they're stuck with for long term.
Autistic patients, we've got a huge autistic community. We've got a recent influx of more, but it's sorry.
It's okay, be yourself.
But yeah, it's life changing for these guys to see their kids who won't look you in the eyes, won't listen, they won't follow direction, they don't play with other kids. They go to barbecues and now their child is playing tag with other children. When their parents tell them stop, they stop, and they don't have to grab their face and look them in their eyes anymore. The kid stops and looks up at mom and dad's eyes. It's a big deal. It's life changing. Even small effects like that, some people might think that's insignificant.
No, that's
but
huge.
To know that your kid is actually there now,
Right.
that's a big deal.
That's
it's
a
a big
huge deal.
Yeah.
I mean, this is such a pleasure. Seriously, this is an amazing pleasure for me at this very moment. I knew that I wanted the both of you in this 30 for 30, and I knew that I wanted to do an interview, and I knew that I wanted to expose as many people as possible to what's happening in these chambers. But I, in this moment, realized how much of a blessing God has blessed and given to me by introducing me to you. And so thank you. Thank you. I know we're in the middle of this interview and I'm supposed to leave the thank yous for the end, but thank you. Thank you very much for taking the time out to be available today, right now.
And doing that with us.
And
So that's awesome.
Fantastic.
that's our biggest problem right now is we're too busy doing to even
Right.
talk about it. So people are like, why don't we know about this? Well, why aren't you out telling everybody about it? We're too busy doing it
Right.
to stop our 12-hour day and go out and
Right.
tell people, oh, by the way, we're doing this over here. We're working, literally, this is a 12-hour day hops plus, and we're open, Monday through Saturday. We're looking at even extending some times, and it's tough to get the word out. So we appreciate you coming to us and helping us do that.
How can someone that's watching right now, that is moved, that is ready to help, that has the time to help, how can they help you? What can they do to help?
I try not to press on people to volunteer and to donate, but that's what we are. We're a 501c3. We're offering treatment to vets and families that typically wouldn't have this kind of money. So we have to offer them significant discounts, which affect all of us. It affects our pay.
Right.
It affects, if we can go out to eat, that weekend with our family, little things like that make a big difference, that's normal for everybody else. It's not
Right.
normal for us. So you coming out and we've got different volunteer opportunities here. We definitely need donations. They're tax write-offs. It's a huge tax write-off for a lot of guys. They're looking for an actual quality organization to give money to that they know is going directly into therapy for veterans and firefighters and autistic families who have been, they've been devastated their whole lives. Typically, like with an autistic family, the mom or dad has to stop working and they stay
Right.
home. And so now you've got a one-parent income. It's tough. It's tough. And so we need help to be able to supplement these guys.
Right.
And we're already offering such discounts
Yes.
to make this available to the community. There's only so much we can afford without the community embracing us and saying,
Amen.
hey, listen, we would like to help volunteer. We would like to even small donations. Or if you know a company that needs a tax write-off to give a donation, that's a big deal for us. That's huge. That's huge. So I just asked.
From a volunteer standpoint, we always have things to do around here. We do our own laundry, and that's important because we do have to control what goes into the chamber environment. So we're particular about the type of detergent and whatnot that we use, and have the scrubs and whatnot that our patients change into prior to getting into the chamber. But just general cleaning, and I invite anybody just to come in and just see what we're about.
And
everybody who's come in here always says, oh my gosh, this is great. How else do I get involved? I'd love to come up here just to be able to socialize with some of our patients and to hear their stories. And you always can think of somebody to go, you know what? I know of someone that has what you have, and this is helping you. Let me see how I can reach out to them to get them connected with you so that they can get the help that maybe they thought they were at their wits' end and just kind of lost on what else to do to be able to have that quality of life extended, or just to get a little piece back, especially when you know what normal and happiness is, and when that's taken from you,
Big deal.
it stinks.
Yeah.
It really impacts everything, and it just branches out from there.
And I did want to add a little caveat to the volunteer piece. Besides in the clinic specifically, we always need volunteers to help with technical writing. We do a lot of legislation, websites, IT. We need. We're doing a lot of build out. We need guys that can do construction. That maybe have a great supplier for drywall. Just small things like that. If you don't know how you can help, ask. And I'm sure we can find something that you can do that's going to benefit all of us. So we appreciate it.
Well, I can tell you right now that Kashi's going to be donating. That's a done deal. So that's over. I hope and pray that after people are watching this, that they are going to realize that this is something that is changing the game when it comes to healthcare, and that especially our veterans, TRICARE and the VA do not cover it.
They don't.
They do not cover this, and
Unfortunately, we have so many of our vets say that they're just not getting their needs met through the VA.
True story.
Like they would like to, or in a timely manner that they would hope to, and they get frustrated, And unfortunately, here's a pill for this, here's a pill for that.
Right.
That's not, a catch-all for everybody, or the answer for them on how they would like to manage their daily care.
And it's tough because the VA has their hands full, and all we want to be is another modality, another
avenue,
another adjunct to their therapy.
Right.
And we've got the testimonies. We've got EEGs to prove the changes in chemistry in people's brains. The VA is slowly catching on, and when it comes time to implement, I'm very confident that they're going to jump on board at some point in time. It just takes time with everything.
Right.
Any medical piece. And hyperbarics has been in the background for so long. It's only the past decade that we've really started pressing the VA to get involved. So it's going to take time, just like with any other medication.
Oh my gosh, this is just such an amazing opportunity. I cannot wait to get into the chamber with my entire family. I know you guys have other services. I probably should have saved this one for last, but what are the other services that you guys have here?
We have a massage therapist and acupuncturist on staff. So because a lot of our folks deal with traumatic brain injuries and PTSD, which is very common, especially amongst our vets, we have some protocols in place, especially on the acupuncture side, that help relieve a lot of the symptoms that come with those diagnoses. The other thing that we have is a detox foot bath, which you yourself have got to try before. So it's a good way. We're researching all the time, and we're finding that between the hyperbarics, which starts that cellular process, and then doing the foot bath afterwards, as far as like a detox, because there's so many things that you get from food, history of immunizations, such as heavy metals, if you have fillings in your teeth, just all the things that you're exposed to that help, especially if you have a heavy medication regimen, to kind of help cleanse your body as part of that process, especially for folks that are looking to dial back on the medications. We're not saying that we are taking the place of a provider, because we work closely in monitoring someone's care with that. But those are additional avenues and steps to take to getting towards good health.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Do you want to say anything else?
Well, I was going to say, we do, I forget if you mentioned it, but we do have a chiropractor as well.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So we offer chiropractic services. Right now, we're a little bit limited. He comes on Fridays. We've got another chiropractor that wants to start coming on Thursdays. So we're trying to fill up that book to where we have these chiropractors can still have their own practice, but they come over here once a week and volunteer.
Oh, wow,
And
yes.
That's huge.
Yes.
So that's about it for now. And I said the EEGs. We do